All right, so I am jumping back into a message here. I'm really excited to be coming back, posting more videos. I know I have been gone for a while here. It's been, oh my God, since March. I think my last post was March. So April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, about 5 months now. Obviously, a lot has been happening, and we all know that because we are collectively going through it together in different ways. But this was definitely very important for me to, kind of really take a step back and almost, really kind of forced to just, clean up some things that I had going on as far as, timelines are, a big one for me. DNA, genetically altering that, the nervous system, basically, being a, light bearer with like grounding, into Mother Earth. Um, it's a lot. So if you know kind of what I'm talking about, I'm going to do another video separate to that and kind of go into detail. I already started writing down things because on that video, it's just going to be me talking about my experience with everything going on and part of my spiritual mission. And it has not been easy. It's been a constant struggle, having us, who chose to literally, not only raise our consciousness, but bring the physical body, with us, for the enlightenment. So it is a huge breaking down of the actual physical body, all the way down to the cells, the DNA. I have gone through physical changes in, every aspect of my body. Um, it's been real, it's been crazy. I've also, right around the time that I stopped posting, it was because I was the first experience I ever had. Now, I've worked with plenty of archangels, and as a matter of fact, I've always mentioned here, obviously Archangel Michael and Jophiel were, my main ones for the past like year or so, but I did forget, when I first started, when I first took my first angel class, and this was like 5 or 6 years ago, um, that's when I first started to get really, into the whole aspect, of working with archangels. Because before, when I first started channeling and doing automatic writing, as well. My first guide that came to me that I had, because I was calling on my spirit guides and I wanted to know who my spirit guide was, right? I got his name and everything, and it was pretty cool. It was Gunther, and that was when I was like really young, and I kind of like looked up the name and everything. It was just crazy, but so I started working out first with spirit guides, not necessarily archangels, to be completely honest. You know, it was a process with that. So that opened me up to that whole idea, and then I just kind of fell in love with it. Because then I started working with them more. Archangel Michael though was the first one that literally like came to me after that class because when I started researching it, I looked up and I was drawn to Archangel Sandolphin. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's what I call him. Sandolphin. I call him Sandolphin. I actually have a little dolphin figure, but I've always called him Archangel Sandolphin. And I know he's like definitely came to me as the color green. My first experience with him, it was this connection with music, and I found out too that he does kind of send messages that way. It's pretty crazy experiences I've had with him, but I really, really enjoyed him, and I was, kind of working with him at first. And then, it's a funny story because I was like Archangel Michael's probably so busy, like him and, I don't know, there was something with it. I always had this thing, like, I only would call on Archangel Michael, like, when I was in my car for protection or something. And I was just like, no offense to him, but I was like, he's probably so busy. Like he's like one of the only angels that like a lot of people like know, you know. And if you're not religious, but so I was like, oh, I like Sandolphin, trying to like whatever. But then when I took that class, it was the last day of the class, and we all had to pull out. Actually, I have it. It was a little stone, and whatever angel was inside of it, and there was four different ones, It was the angel that was trying to communicate with you, and of course, I got Archangel Michael, and it was like, ah, ha, 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 you're so funny, like you heard me say all that shit about like not really wanting to call on him or whatever. But anyway, so the point being there was Sandolphin was so one of the first ones that I really enjoyed, but recently in March when I stopped posting. Um, I knew of Metatron. I liked him. Obviously, I love Metatron's cube, and I'm so into, sacred geometry and stuff like that. But I didn't really know too much. And I know him and Sandolphin were apparently brothers, right? Or the two humans, that physically rose with their physical bodies and became angels, right? With that happening, it's kind of, it feels like kind of the process of what we're doing, where, we now are, not only raising our consciousness collectively in spirit, but we are also literally carrying our physical bodies with us and altering that. So it's kind of funny now. He came to me, Archangel Metatron, in March, and it was very, very different experience. Um, he was the only guide or archangel that I have worked with thus far that his energy scared me because it wasn't that intense. And he is the only archangel that comes from behind you, and will connect with you from behind. And literally the only one thus far that has physically connected with my energy fully, as if it's two in one. It's been a crazy experience. So those 5 months that I haven't been here posting on YouTube, I've really been working with him. He had stepped forward and it was direct. He's very direct, very by the book, very intense, very serious, but just right to the point. Like it's a matter of fact type of energy, and it is what it is. It's a very King of Swords too energy, where it's just like blunt, logic, truthful, just it. Like it's just all there's no questioning his energy. What he says is what he means, and that is truth, and that feels like his energy. And he directly told me that Archangel Michael Jophiel will be stepping back, and the other archangels that are around too, and that from now on I will be working with him as my main archangel for the rest of my spiritual mission on this planet. It will be direct. So I've been practicing for 5 months now, really getting used to all of the changes that have been happening, his energy, because like I said, it has been so intense. It has scared me to death at night, like when I feel him around, or even when he gets close. I've had to, like, literally my body will go through it, just immediately the vibration it just rushes. I will literally get red all in my arms. I will start. I've always sweat, in my hands, and my feet would get cold, but I didn't realize, growing up, that was because all the energy I was channeling through me. But that's part of channeling. But I will straight up feel like I'm in a sauna, and I will have sweat driplets going down my arm, even while I'm doing readings sometimes. It's bizarre. So it took some time, like really trusting, because at first, like the first week or so, I really thought he was, I didn't know it was him. I had the communication, but, and, when I felt his presence around me, and especially at night, oh my God, it would freak me the fuck out. And it was like, I really thought it was like trying to like stay away from me. Like I didn't know. So it was like, one little by little this whole time, he's been telling me that he's been doing that. So it was building trust as well for our connection. And knowing that that was him, that's his energy, and not to fear it. It's just very intense, and it can cause you to feel fear. But it's quite the opposite on that one. So, yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing but also, going through my own bullshit, tower moments, cleaning up some, toxic thinking patterns and behaviors that I do. So yeah, it's been real. It's been real fucking fun. It's not been, at all. Okay. I mean, you try to make the best of it, right? Like we all have, but it's been one thing after another. And the other message he has is it's really time for everyone to stop avoiding, your call. If you have a calling and it's anything spiritual in nature, like myself, You're running out of time here to, step forward without having more interference, because it's to a point now where if you continue to try to, avoid it, or, shut it out, or just whatever, you're going to start seeing your own, tower moments happening. And again, I've called it like where the universe cock blocks you. Like if you try to go to a different job, something happens, boom, they want you out. You try, okay, no, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna go do another one. No, I'm on my like third or fourth here within like couple months. It's nothing's working. I cannot stop this from happening as much as I don't want to. It's just the fear of, the financial aspect of it. Um, you know, So I've been really kicking my ass here, but it's for the better. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing for 5 months. So it's fucking awesome. But I'm back with messages now. So yeah, that's an update. Whatever. But what he wanted to talk about was the first thing he had said to me was, if you guys are having any type of pressure, pain, right here, you guys could be having a lot of upset stomachs, or just feeling tightness and pain too, and just like right. That's all normal. It's all part of the ascension symptoms. But with the solar plexus, for those who are feeling that right now, really wanting you to take 5 to 10 minutes out, of your day to, he said, to connect directly with the sun. So, even if you visualize it, connect, make that connection so that that sun energy is getting into that solar plexus. So you're constantly clearing it out. Because if you're not keeping up with that, it's just going to kind of cause more of an irritation. The upset stomachs and stuff like that. So that's a little pre-warning there, and just some advice to do to help with that area. The other thing, I had, he wanted 3 dice out, and I rolled the dice, my little dice here. So we got the number 12 that came out, and this is bizarre. We got the other two were Neptune. So both, which I've never had that happen. So we have Neptune and the number 12, which again, 12 is such a spiritual number. It represents the 12 archangels, the 12 teachers of, all these different lessons that we have to go through. And it's just crazy. So I love the number 12, which breaks down to the number 3, which was also part of the message that I had started, key points that I wanted to bring up here. So we're going to get into that. And yeah.